Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing today? I want to say thank you guys for tuning in with the Full Court Entertainment Show. And we're so excited to talk to you guys about our 10 most top players coming into the league. Maz is going to be a little bit different from these guys, but we're going to go ahead and let my boys start you guys off. We got CJ, and we got my boy Sheldon in this thing. Go ahead, Sheldon. Tell us your list.
All right. So for my list of the top 10 players going into the season, I have at number one, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo. I still think he's the best player in the world, most dominant player in the world. So I'm gonna stick with him at number one. Number two, I have Nikola Jokic, probably the best center, number second best center in the league. He could pass, he could rebound, he could score at will. So I'll put him at number two. Number three, I have Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant is gonna prove people wrong, and especially since he had a bad postseason. I feel like he's gonna probably drop at least 30 points. That's just what I think. That's in my opinion. Number four, I have the GOAT, my favorite player of all time, LeBron James. Do I think
As
LeBron
a
James is
top
gonna
10
do?
coming into the
Yes,
season?
yes, top 10 player
Whoa.
coming into.
And you
He's
got
a
him
top
at
10 player.
4? You
Hey,
got him at 4?
LeBron James, number four. LeBron James is number four on my list. He's on my list. I think, will he have the same season as last year? 30, 6, 7? I don't think so, but I feel like he's going to put up similar numbers,
So
especially
he's not
because
averaging 28 this season. What are you
he's,
averaging?
I said he probably averaged maybe 27, 26, 27 ish
That's
around there.
1 to 2 points off from last season.
He actually averaged 30 points, so that's
yeah,
4 points
averaged
off.
30.
So, all right now. As I was saying, I think he's going to come back, uh, especially being healthy. So I think he's going to have bounce back. Number five, I have Steph Curry, reigning NBA champion. He's going to come back. He's going to drop, I'd say 25, what, 5 rebounds, probably 6 assists, the same as usual. He always average. And number six, I have Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic he's not the top five player in my opinion, but he's definitely in the top 10. Number seven, I have Joel Embiid, probably the most dominant center. He's not the most dominant player, but the most dominant center in the league. He had an MVP season, in my opinion. I think he should have won, but another story for another day. Number eight, I have Kawhi Leonard. I don't care what nobody says. Kawhi Leonard is the top 10 player in the league. He's the top 10 player in the league.
I knew that
You
was
get,
coming. Mr.
he's
Load
top 10.
Management.
Number nine, I have Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum's gonna come and I think he's gonna come back and dominate and really show like he liked that. He liked that. And number 10, it was really hard between these two, but I went with Anthony Davis. Went with
Mm.
Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is a top 10 player in this league when healthy, and I think he's gonna come back with a vengeance. Your turn.
You talking about me or Charles?
We can go with
I think it's
Charles.
about me. I'll say before I start my list off, you said that Jokic was the second best big in the league, but you got him at number two.
I
So I'm
said
guessing
second.
yo,
I
all right, you
said
said
first or second. First or second. I said first or second.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, and
exactly.
then
Keep
you
going.
said nah, you said second though. You didn't say
No, I
first or second, you
definitely
said
said
second.
first or second. I definitely
It's
said he's
cool.
first or
It's
second.
cool. But
First or second.
You said Joel not the most dominant player in the league. I
I
think
said he's the
Joel
most dominant. I said he's the most dominant big.
big, but right,
Big.
which is saying he's not the most dominant player. I'm saying he's the most dominant player in the
He is
league.
not dominant than Giannis.
It's
Don't
Giannis.
stop it.
Giannis
Stop
is the
it.
If
most
he
Stop
dominant
it.
player in
Stop
the
it.
if he
league.
Stop it,
was
Charles. Stop it.
if
Stop
Joel
it.
Embiid was
All right.
healthy as much as
Stop it.
Giannis is healthy,
But he
Joel would be.
doesn't. He's not healthy all year.
Giannis can't even stop Joel.
And
The
Joel can't stop
Joe
Giannis.
Joel can
Joel was
contain
healthy
Giannis.
last season.
That
Joel
was
only
his
missed
first.
like
That was
10
one of his
games
first.
last season.
That was one of his first really healthy seasons. Giannis barely missed any games since he
But
been in the
he
league.
but with the
Joel had a
games that he
whole
didn't
2 years
miss,
off.
I want you to name somebody that say Joel Embiid is more dominant than Giannis. Find somebody. Find them.
Bro,
Find them.
Joel Embiid is the most dominant big in
Find
the
them.
league, bro.
Find them.
Can't
Find
nobody
them.
stop him or
Find them.
guard
Nobody
him.
can stop Giannis.
but
So find them.
they played similar games, and with Joel being healthy that season, Giannis was still more dominant than him with as many healthy games. Like Joel missed games because he had COVID and because of rest. Outside of that, he was
Nah,
great, but he wasn't.
he had a knee problem going into the playoffs towards the end of the season. He definitely had a knee issue.
That
Find
was
them.
just
I'll
But
go.
anyways,
momentary.
my top 10, I got
People
number
always
one,
gotta say
Bron.
something.
I got Bron at number one. Bron been to the finals 10 times, best player in the league to this day at the age of 37 years old. I got Bron at number one. Number two,
He's
I got my
38.
boy. He's 37. He hasn't turned he just turned 38. His
He
birthday is
like 30.
December 30th.
I think he's 38. I
Yeah,
think.
no, he
LeBron's
37.
37. He's
His birthday
37.
December.
He is December
His birthday
30th.
December. Yeah,
Okay, that's my bad.
that's
Number
your boy.
two,
How you do that?
number two,
I
I
don't
got
figure out
Giannis.
birthdays.
I got Giannis. Giannis is one of the most dominant players in the league. He's athletic. You know what I'm saying? Recent NBA champion. Got him at number two. I got KD at number three. KD, greatest scorer of all time. 7 foot, got guard handles, 50, 40, 90 guy. Then I got Steph, the greatest shooter of all time. Then I got Kawhi. When healthy, he can easily be top three player in the league, but coming back
I
off
wouldn't say
injury,
all that.
he definitely can. The man took the Toronto Raptors to the finals by himself.
So
Like
I ain't
what?
gonna
It
put
was
him
Like
in
it
top
was a
three.
very
like
stacked. That was
like.
a very stacked team.
But
I ain't
what did KD do? What did KD do with the Nets? I guarantee you, if
And
KD and Kawhi
that
would
was a
switch, Kawhi
bad
would have
team.
won.
That
Kawhi
was
would
a
have beat the
bad
Bucks.
team. The Nets were a bad organized team. They were a bad team.
Kawhi would have beat the Bucks, bro. Kawhi would have beat them. Kawhi is that dude. So you telling me Kawhi's not a top three player in this league?
No,
He's a top
not
two.
top
He's
three.
a top
But
two defender in the league.
he's a top
He can
10.
shot.
But I'm putting him at top three. I'm putting him at top 10, but not top three. No, 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 no.
He's definitely top three, G. Who you take? It's not too many people you could
If I
take
had
over
to
him.
pick, if I had to pick
Bron.
over him, you can put Curry over him. You can put KD, Giannis, Jokic, LeBron. There go five right there. So they're
I
probably
got
better than
Bron
him.
and Giannis. I got Bron and Giannis over Kawhi.
Now
Kawhi can easily be
Kawhi,
a top three player in the
You
league, Jay. They are all
both y'all
great, but
got
Kawhi could definitely be a top three player.
y'all both got Kawhi in y'all top 10, but it's like the Clippers are a roster. They're a very heavy loaded roster team. They're not worried about the regular season, so it's like we won't be seeing a lot of Kawhi in the regular season. They're more building towards like a deep playoff run. So it's like, yeah, he's good, but I don't even think he's gonna have a strong presence this season. He's not gonna play
I
back to
mean,
backs, probably none to little to none. He
he'll
probably doesn't
still
even start playing 40 minutes till the playoffs.
he'll still be a top 10 player in the league though.
I don't
Regardless of
know if
if he
he.
resting on back to backs and shit like that. He'll definitely still be a top
if
10
you
player
can
in the league.
find, I mean, I'll wait to your list because I
I
wait.
got number 6, I got Joel Embiid. Number 7, I got James Harden. Number 8, I got Anthony Davis. Number 9, I got Luca, and then 10, I got Jokic.
I don't agree with Jokic being 10, but
I don't know how y'all putting Anthony Davis on y'all list. Is it based off like the talent of what they did, what they've done in their career, or based off last season?
It's based off their talent in general. Like me personally, I did my top 10 best players off talent and
Oh,
impact.
oh, I mean, impact. Okay, impact couldn't have weighed that heavy if you got Anthony Davis on the list.
Bro, Anthony Davis is damn near could be top 5 player in the league
People
when
been saying
healthy.
that for you've been people been saying it about him for years. He's never been top five player in the league
Cause
ever.
he's been healthy probably with like a couple of seasons. He hasn't even really played that many games. Anthony Davis is always hurt. That's the one knock on him. He can never stay in the lineup.
Okay. I know I'm hating.
I
I know
doubt
I'm
any
hating.
of the players you named is better than Kawhi or AD. Honestly, I
Yeah,
doubt it.
none of the players I'm naming is like any because I'm naming players that I'm actually excited to see play in the season. I'm naming
See,
like
that
young
wasn't a
cats.
question. That wasn't the question though. But
The
keep
question
going. But go.
the question
Your
was
top
name
10
ten
players going into the season, but not
my top ten
exciting.
play my
Like
top 10
if
players going into the league.
Your top 10 players going into the season, not top 10 exciting players. Because if we want to
So it's
say
my top
exciting,
10 players.
we could have said Zion because I'm excited to see Zion.
I mean, you said
But
my top 10 players.
your
My
top
top 10
10
players
players going into
the
the season,
season. My
but
top
not
10 players
excited. But
going.
did you say exciting though? Didn't you say that?
You can include that because it's all about my top 10. I just like my top 10 talented, my top 10 scorers.
Go,
You said
just
my
go,
top 10
just go,
players.
just go. Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right.
I'm
Go,
sorry to say it. I mean,
go,
but
go.
Zion is the number one person
Zion
I'm
isn't a
most
top 10
excited.
player, but go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's
Zion is a
Zion
top
definitely
is
10 player. Go ahead.
Zion is
He's
a
not a top
top
10
10.
player.
Zion
He's
is a
not a top
top
10
10.
player.
Okay,
He's not a top 10 player. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Zion is a top 10 player that I want to see because Zion, honestly, Zion been saying all this Naruto this and he took all this blame, and I think the fat jokes got to him. I think the fat jokes really got to him. I think he's coming back for a vengeance. I really
So he
want to
number
see what
one
he
on your
do.
list?
Zion is number one, because honestly, Zion has the
I see
opportunity
mans
of,
don't pay attention to the text, but okay, go ahead. You didn't pay
hey,
attention to what I said in the text. You just said I
you said
was
top
cursed,
10
but we're
player.
not. I'm not
You
cursing.
said top 10 player. Pull the text up. You said top 10.
Top 10 players going into the season.
Top
Who are
10
your
players
top?
going
Who?
into the season. Who are my top 10 players going into the season?
But then you said
These
exciting
are the
though,
people
right?
I have. These are the people because I'm excited. Are you not excited to see Anthony
That's
Davis
not the
play?
question.
Are you excited to
Was
see
that the
Kawhi
question? Did
play?
did I say in the text exciting? Did I say that?
No, you didn't.
All right
You
then.
didn't.
You didn't answer your question.
This is top 10. This is my top 10 list.
So you
This is the
saying
top
Zion
10 players
Williams
I
is
want to see.
bro? Zion Williams is number one on your list as a top 10 player in the league.
My list, yes.
You don't even believe that. You don't even believe that.
Hey, can I get through my list? Can I get through my list? I know I cut it in with your list, but can I get through my list, man? I'm just saying. I want to
I
see what he
said
do.
tomorrow we should name our top 10 players going into the season. I did not say exciting.
Top 10,
I did
yeah.
not say that.
You said so it's my top it's my list. My list of top 10, right?
So Zion
It's
Williams
not your it's
is
not
oh
your
wait,
it's not your list.
wait. So you tell wait. So you telling me this? Zion Williamson is better than Giannis? Is he better than Giannis?
No.
How is he number one then? I don't get it. I don't get it then.
Because it's
That
my
doesn't make
list.
sense.
It's my list. It's my list. I don't have to go on arbitrary facts like,
But that
oh,
was the
Giannis is the
question. But
best.
that was what we were
No,
talking
no, no,
about
no.
though.
No, the question is my top 10. You said our
But
list,
you
right?
just said he not better than. But you just said he not better than Giannis. So how is he number one
Hey,
on your list then? I'm
brother, you
confused.
gotta let me get through my list. You gonna see the overall theme of my list. You gonna because when you told me top 10, I'm like, okay, it's my top 10. I don't have to go off the, oh, it's Giannis, it's Jason Tatum, oh, it's Kawhi,
But
oh,
that
it's
was the
LeBron.
question
That's
though. But
not
that was
the
the
question.
question.
No, that's not the question. The question is my top 10.
But that was the question. If I would have said exciting players going into the season that we want to see then you could have named John Wall coming off an injury, Zion Wilson coming off an injury.
John
We know
Wall
what
wouldn't have made
Zion,
my list.
but that's what
What?
I'm saying. But I'm saying who a player we want to come see. That's what I'm saying. You did not answer the questions right. You
My
didn't
top 10,
answer it right.
I feel like you didn't ask the right question.
No, I did. I said Charles did it right.
Nah, that's because y'all basic. Y'all
Go ahead.
basic.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Y'all
Just go
basic.
ahead.
That's all I'm saying. Y'all
Just go
basic.
ahead. Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
So at number 2 in my top 10, GQ's top 10, number 2, we got Markel Fultz. We got Markel Fultz down there in Orlando, and he's gonna be starting. He has a star-studded young roster along him. He finally get to play basketball, no pressure, no circumstances. He get to go out there and just ball and hoop. I can't wait to see him. Then I got Jaylen Brown, because Jaylen Brown played better in the finals than Jason Tatum. And I think that right there is just the fact that the brother is good, is working. I don't think the point guard thing really gonna be the best solution. The chemistry for them, I just don't see it. They'll never be Dame and CJ. They'll never be DeMar and Kyle Lowry. I just want to see Jaylen Brown shine and get the respect he deserves over bad shot selection Tatum. And then after that, My fourth, I got Maxi. I want to see Maxi. I want to see what Maxi do in a system where they know how good he is and how we can flourish in a role. I want to see what he could do with a healthy James Harden, and I want to see what he's gonna do. I know he's gonna be better than Tobias. Then with Zach Levine got the show stolen from him by DeMar DeRozan. It was his town, it was his team, his city. And that man came in and stole the show. And I think Zach was dealing with a bad knee, and that did play a role. But I think Zach is going to come in and he's going to do what he got to do. Darius Garland, I follow him on Instagram, and every week on his Instagram story, he reminded us, they said, I was the worst in the draft. I was this, I was that. And I love how he just keep throwing that in your face. It's kind of like remind me of somebody that had a glow up story. Back then they didn't love me, now they want me. It's like he got something to prove and he gonna over shove it in our face. Then Book. I think Book right there is a generational. I think he's just a 5-star talent, but I think he's aware of that. And I think he wants to be bigger than that. He didn't get any MVP votes. And I think, yeah, you could say Chris Paul is the reason that they're to win. They win that they win. But I don't think they win as much as they do without Book. I think he really is the structure. Chris Paul is like the matriarch, the person that's in charge of everything. But it's really Book. You need Book because Chris Paul just cannot score. He cannot score. You can't count on him to get fucking 17, 16 points. You can't. Then I got Sabonis. Anybody that's on Instagram with lethal shooter, I just know he coming out torching that thing. And then for my last top 10 talent in the league, top 10, Anthony Edwards, the next LBJ, the one that's going to steal the show. He going to be the face of the league. He will be better than Luka. He will be better than Zion. He will be better than RJ. He will be the best among his peers. And that's my list. That's top 10, baby. What you got,
All right.
5?
No, no, because you definitely did not answer the question from the text message. You didn't answer it, bro. You know all the names you name, all them players you name, ain't none of them probably even in the top 20. So it's like I just don't, bro. If we was talking about exciting players, I would agree 100% on your list. But we said top 10 players going into the NBA, not top 10 players I want to see going into the season, not top 10 exciting players going into the NBA season. I did not say that whatsoever. I did not. Go ahead.
Um, you got Jason Tatum in your top 10 players in the league.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't
Jason
agree with
Tatum,
that.
Jason Tatum is not top 10.
Nah,
I think
he
he's.
top
A, I
20 for
think
sure.
he's. I think he's a top 10 player. I think.
Is he better than Paul George?
He probably is, in my opinion. Or they right neck and neck. They right neck and neck. But it was a hard decision.
He
But
better than Luca.
I, Luca was in my top 10. Luca was number
What?
6.
Who would you leave out?
It was really James Harden. I left out Harden.
He better than Harden?
I think so right now. Because I don't know
Nah,
what
bro.
Harden gonna do. I don't know if he's gonna play. I don't know if he's gonna show up. I don't know.
Harden gonna bounce back, G. He had that hamstring
I
last
hope he
season.
proved me wrong. I hope he proved it was either between
Jason
AD.
Tatum,
It was either between AD or Harden. It was really between them two,
Jason
honestly.
Tatum better than Ja Morant.
Bro, all John Morant do is just go to the
Yeah,
hole. He can't even shoot. Yeah, he better than
yeah.
him. John
He
Morant is
better
just
than
more
him.
exciting. He's a more exciting player, but he ain't better than him.
Mm.
I don't know about
Bro,
that.
you got Markel Fultz, bro, and he's not even gonna start. So I'm
It's
confused.
it's it's
You just
it's
didn't answer.
recording.
You just. I'll next time I send something, I'll put it more thoroughly so you know because you just said basically forget what I said in the text yesterday. You just forget everything I said. Because Charles did his job. He did what he did it right. But you,
That's how you feel?
yes, because it's the truth. You didn't answer the question, Shondell. You didn't.
Hey, brother.
If you go back to the text, read exactly what I said. Go back and look. But no, because you're on your phone, so you can't, or it's gonna mess up. But like I
Top,
said,
you said top 10,
How
right?
How'd you fuck that up though, Jay?
I didn't mess it
Yes,
up.
you
It's
did.
a it's a top 10, right?
Top 10 players going into the season. Not,
Top 10 players going into the season, right?
Right.
What made what made Anthony Davis top 10 going into the season?
I think he's a top 10 player because I think he gonna bounce back. I think because they said that they said they're gonna put the offense more into him. So I think Anthony Davis is gonna probably drop 25, maybe 25, 26, and he don't get double digit rebounds for some reason. So 26 and 9 with 2 blocks, that's top 10 players right
Was
there in
Karl
probably
Anthony
what, 2
Towns
or
better
3?
than him last season?
You said what?
Was Karl Anthony Towns better than him last season?
Carl Anthony Towns is more healthy than him.
I said
But I
Was he
anything but
guarantee
better?
you,
barely played.
Was he
I
better
guarantee
than
you,
him
I
last season?
guarantee you, a lot of people would take Anthony Davis over Cat. I
Was he
guarantee.
better? Was he better than him
No,
last
because
season?
he was hurt. He was hurt.
Okay. Okay. So going into next season, Anthony Davis, Anthony Davis from prior season was not better than Cat, but somehow Cat didn't make your list, but AD made your list. I feel like
Because
I
Anthony,
feel like I feel
no,
like you didn't really base your answers off of who really was good last season, off of who needs
no,
to be ranked by what they performed
I
off of.
base my
You
list
base it
off.
off of who
All
you
right,
like.
go ahead.
You
Go
base
ahead.
it off of who you or off of what talent that you like. You didn't base
I
it
base,
off of such and
go
such
ahead.
played this good around this. Because if you really did, you want to place Anthony Davis. You just placing him that high off of previous years beforehand achievement. He wasn't better
I
than
base,
Cat.
no, you're still talking. Go ahead.
He
Are you
wasn't.
still done? You still talking?
Go ahead, brother, because I'm
I
trying to see
base
how you
my
solve this.
list of who I think are the top 10 players in the league and who I think are going into the season. If Anthony Davis stays healthy and gives me 60 plus games, he is going to be better than Karl Anthony Towns.
When's the
That is
last time
what
he
I
done that?
think. Huh?
When's the last time he did that?
The year they won the championship.
Not 2 years ago, brother.
That was 2 years ago.
Brother, he ain't
Bro,
gonna
name,
do that.
you can, has Cat been better than Anthony Davis throughout their entire careers?
He been more healthy.
But has he been better though? Has he been
He
better
was
though?
better. He was better
But has
last
he been
season.
better though?
See, look, you do this.
Not the entire,
This the same thing you did with the question, Jay.
not the entire season, but last season. Not the entire career, but last
See,
season.
you going off of
You,
last season. I'm going off log.
bro,
Who
that's what
has
I'm
been
saying,
better?
bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. You trying to base it off of entire careers? Anthony Davis, he entering the back end of his prime. Cat ain't hit his prime yet, so it's like you trying to like, oh, maybe Anthony Davis gonna
Bro,
snap and turn it on.
Cat is the same age as us. And Anthony Davis is what? 3 years older than him? Bro, they in the same age group.
That's a
You
big
make it
difference between somebody that get injured as much as him. That's a big difference, bro. That's a big
so you
difference.
telling me New Orleans AD was not better than Cat?
I'm saying in the entirety of the career, AD had the betterness, but I'm basing when it comes to like what you should base top 10 this off of is what you done for me now, not,
You didn't even do
oh,
that. You picked top 10 exciting players. You didn't even do that.
it's my top 10 list. I could base it off of whatever, but I'm saying your
You
top 10
didn't
is based
answer the
off of
question.
Yeah, Jay, you didn't answer the question,
You
Jay.
didn't
You
answer
changed the
the
question,
your
question,
top 10,
Shondale.
your
You
top
didn't.
10,
bro. You
Bro,
changed the
my top
question.
10
let me
is
speak.
my top 10. It's my top
Let me
10.
speak. Shondale,
Go ahead.
I said in the text message, tomorrow we should name our top 10 players going into the season. Don't say nothing because I'm not done. Don't say nothing. You want to say something, but I ain't done. When I said top 10 players, who is our top 10 players? When you said, right when you talked, you said, these are my top 10 players that I want to see, not who are the top 10 players in the league. Bro, I didn't say top 10 players that I want to see going into the NBA season. I would have said that. That actually would have been a good episode that we probably could have talked about, but that wasn't what I asked. I did not say that, Shondale. I did not say that. Go ahead. Go say what you gotta say.
Sheldon, I think we should just push through and go on to the next topic.
Yeah, because you did it wrong, obviously. You did it wrong, Shondale. Just admit
I
that you did it. Admit that you did it wrong. Just
I
admit.
did it. I did it
No,
wrong. I
you
did my
didn't.
list wrong,
See,
Sheldon.
you only
I
saying that
didn't
because
name
you're just saying it, but you really don't mean it. You did it wrong, bro.
Sheldon. I
When you
did the
said
list wrong.
Zion Williamson at number one, I was like, wait, what? Then you had Markel Fultz. I said, wait, what? Markel Fultz not even gonna start. What? What?
Sheldon, I think we're spending too much time on this topic. We should have just been moved on and pushed on. We should have just been moved on and pushed on, brother. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I was wrong. I should just name my top 10 based off of what they done previous season, right?
Who you think? Who is your top 10 players going into the league? But we're past that, so we're probably not our top 10
Based off
players
what
going
they
into the
did
league.
last season. Based off what they did last season, right?
So Markel Fultz, top 10 player in the league. Hmm?
When it comes to assists,
Ah, interesting.
when it comes to assists, he's number three.
I did
He
that.
was
So just because he number three in assists, make him a top 10 player in the league.
make him one of the top playmakers in the league. Make
That
him
didn't answer my question. Does that make him a top 10 player in the league? Yes or no?
nah, but
All
it's a
right.
credential of being up there.
Markel Fultz is never going to be a top player in the league, but okay. Okay.
Hey, man,
Okay.
all right. Well, pushing on to the next subject.
Man,
What else we gonna talk about? Because we spent more than enough time talking about a top 10 list.
people don't know what, man.
We got we got
Man.
we got to move
Now,
on and
bring
push
up what
through.
you said about Jaylen Brown. That was interesting what you said earlier
Well, I
about
would like
Jaylen
to
Brown.
hear what you guys would. So my comments on Jalen Brown is Jalen Brown was pretty much he was the better player in the finals, and I think that the system is more pinpointed for Jason Tatum to take the better shot, but I don't think the system really works all too well with them next to each other. I don't know if he could combine and be a great asset to Jason Tatum like Chris Middleton is to Giannis or CJ is to Dame. I don't know if the point guard bringing in Malcolm Brogdon is the true solution. And I would just hate to see people like, spend time trying to make it work with forcing these duos that don't work. I think Jalen Brown is talented enough to be a second option somewhere else. I don't know if he could be the first option, but yeah, that's my thoughts. What do you think about it?
CJ, you go. You go first.
I think the duo can work. I think they have the wrong point guard. I think they need a point guard like Rondo who's literally gonna like set them up. You know what I'm saying? It had to be like how Rondo was with the Celtics when they had KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. So they can work because they both can catch and shoot. You know what I'm saying? So either one of them can play off the ball. They both can play make, so they can play together. It's just that like you said, Jason Tatum takes a lot of bad shots. Jaylen Brown does too. So they need a point guard who's literally going to just get them involved. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to worry about his numbers. Cause Marcus Smart, he ain't no 20 and 10 guy, but he's like he going to play defense, but he want to make sure he get his numbers too. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need nobody that's worried about getting their numbers. You just need somebody that's going to set y'all up and get y'all in the right places.
Um, I feel like those two can work, but Jason Tatum does take a lot of bad shots. But it's just kind of weird because they're both kind of one-on-one players. It's like they always do. All right, bro, you got it. All right, you go shoot this possession, then the next do this possession. Like Charles said, they just need like a real point guard. And Malcolm Brogdon probably would have been there in the finals. Would they have won? I mean, who knows? But it probably would have been better. We probably wouldn't see a lot of turnovers because Jason Tatum, they say he
Mm-hmm.
had the most. They say he had over 100 turnovers throughout the whole entire
Yeah,
postseason. They said that's
yeah,
like
Damn.
the first ever.
yeah.
That's
They
because he
say
had to
that.
handle the ball. He had to handle the ball so much. But I think it can work. I mean, it did work. It got them to the finals. It got them to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And they only what? Jason Tatum is only 25 and Jaylen Brown is probably 26, maybe 27. I don't know. I'm not. But I think it can work. Now, Jaylen Brown, he's still gonna be a second option on any team to go to. He can't be a first. He can't be the best player on my team. No offense to him, but he just can't be my best player. Now, Jason Tatum can be my. I think he can because he can do. he could do a lot more than Jaylen Brown, and he a better defender than Jaylen Brown. Just because he got more length,
Cause
on his side.
he got like
I
he
don't.
got the physical attributes. Is that what make him a better defender because of the physical attributes, or is he just
He is bigger than Jaylen Brown though. He's bigger than him.
you
He's
know?
bigger and longer than him, so it makes him
No,
a better player on the defensive side at least. But
I don't
they
know, Jay.
both really do the same thing. They both really do the same thing. It's just they
I,
just need a point guard. If they had Rondo, like say they had Rondo in his
Lewis?
prime, oh they would have won. They would have beaten the Warriors if they had Celtics Rondo in his prime. Oh, they would have won. They would have won. Definitely, they would have beat them. No doubt about it.
I
They would
don't
have
know,
won
Jay.
if they had Rondo in the bubble. They would have won if they had him in the bubble.
I don't know, Jay. I think Jaylen Brown is a number one option. He just hasn't unlocked everything yet. He still got something to his game that he can unlock. You know what I mean? And then, like on that Celtics team, like Shondale said, it seems like it's more geared towards Jason Tatum. So it's like Jason Tatum has the opportunity to have a bit of ball in his hands more, do more. Jaylen Brown didn't really have a chance to like flourish his full game, just let everything go. Jason Tatum got the ultimate green light. Not saying Jaylen Brown ain't got no green light, but Jason Tatum can do whatever he want, and the coach ain't gonna say nothing. I feel like if Jaylen Brown do something, coach would be like, "Hey, Jaylen Brown, hey, look out for this." You know what I'm saying? You doing a little bit too much of that. You feel me? So it's like if he go to a team where he can be the number one option, I definitely think he can fulfill that role.
Are
And
they
I think
winning though?
I think he a better defender than Jason Tatum too. Yeah, Jason Tatum is 6'9" and he's bigger weight wise, but he a little slow on his feet. Like his athleticism and his length
That's because
makes
he's
up for
bigger
that.
and he's taller,
It
so of
makes
course he's
up
gonna
for
go a
that.
little slower.
I mean, but Bron was 6'9", he was locking niggas down. So it's
That's
like
LeBron was playing half defense.
but that's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about early in his career. LeBron was a
Oh, okay.
lockdown
Oh,
defender.
Yeah,
okay.
But so like Jaylen Brown's a better defender than Jason Tatum. It's just that Jason Tatum is bigger and longer, so it makes up for certain stuff
yeah.
that he does.
Watching him, it do look like that's what I was saying. That's what I was questioning. Was like I don't know if Jaylen Brown is worse. Like I don't. That's why I don't think Jason Tatum is better on defense because we're looking at it, look like Jaylen Brown. Oh, Jason and Jay keep mixing me up. Because it looked like Jaylen Brown kind of more like stopped his defenders more. It looked like he kind of get
hmm
the steal more often too. He get the
hmm
steal more often. And it do kind of feel like I don't know, like outside of just saying like point guards like the Rondos, like outside of Malcolm Brogdon and like a prime Rondo, like who are current point guards that would actually fit a system with the Celtics that could take them to the next level? Because we still have yet to see how they're going to handle
Chris
Malcolm
Paul.
Brogdon.
Yeah,
Chris
pass first
Paul.
point guards. Chris Paul, John Wall. I mean, he can't shoot though, so it's like, well, I don't know. His shot may have got better in the offseason, but he can't really shoot. But John Wall, who else is a pass first point guard?
Maybe like a
Um,
Tyrese
It's really not
Halliburton.
a lot of
Tyrese, yeah, Tyrese.
Tyree.
Markel Folks, he's a pass first point guard, but I don't know. He's a good defender too, but he can't shoot either. So it's like you need a point guard that can knock down the open shot, and that's a good defender, and that's gonna play and that can get you the ball. Ain't too
Because the
really more.
guard position is changed. It looked like the point
Yeah,
guard is like the best
the
shooter on the
score,
team now.
either that or the
They don't. A
score.
lot of pass first point guards really don't exist. Once Chris Paul leaves, that might be the end because there's too many point guards that are athletic and want to score, and they don't want to pass the ball. They want to
Oh,
score.
It's
okay, you
still
bring up.
some.
And especially with Chris Paul, like we know Chris Paul can score, but now
Mhm.
in this age in 2022, it's a lot of athletic point guards. Chris Paul is not really athletic at all. So it's like
Sheldon.
what he thought. What
No, keep going. I just got a question after what you got to say.
I was just saying, Chris Paul isn't athletic. So it's like he probably was thinking, all right, I'm gonna just dish it. I'm gonna just dish it to the open man. So yeah, in this day and age, it's just more athletic point guard that just want to score.
So okay,
All right,
so
what was you
I
want
had
to ask?
seen I seen like a comment someone was talking about how like Steph Curry, a lot of people want to say like he ruined the game of basketball because of the 3-point line. But somebody was more like he kind of ruined a lot of fans and GM's expectations that you can still go on to win multiple championships with a small point guard as the focal point of your team. And when you say like
I don't
somebody like
believe
a
that.
Like, because like they did win 4 chips, so it's like, can you
Yeah, but look at
still
that team.
build?
He had a stacked team.
Yeah, that's a stack
And
team.
he
So, it's, but
had and he had all the defenders. He had still had Iguodala, a decent defender when they won that championship the first time. Klay Thompson, all defensive player.
you think it could be
Draymond,
Sean
defensive
repeated?
player of the
Livingston.
year.
So you think
Sean
you could build a
Livingston.
championship team with a small guard as your focal point?
Yeah, I think you can.
So
Yeah,
a
but
Trey Young, you got to Trey Young,
you
it can
gotta
Yeah,
work.
hide him though. You gotta hide
yeah.
him though.
It can
Just
work
like
with
how
Trey.
you gotta hide him though. That's the thing. Because remember when Isaiah Thomas, they was hiding him when they played. Because I remember they was talking about when they played the Wizards in the semifinals. I think they was hiding him. Like they was putting him on say like Kelly Oubre or Otto Porter or something. Because if he sticks John Wall's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him. He's gonna go just
Hmm.
run right past him or dunk on him or lay it up. So you just gotta hide him, just like with Trey Young this past postseason. The Heat was not going for that. They said they switched every time they
Yeah,
switched. And they put
that's what
Jimmy
I'm saying.
Butler on him or PJ Tucker, and Trey Young was basically useless that whole series. He was
Yeah, that's what
useless.
I'm saying. That's all they gonna do in the playoffs. In the regular season, they
They
gonna
just
go crazy, but in the playoffs, they gonna headhunt them every game.
exactly.
So what's the real expectations with like these teams with these you got these talented guards and they're superstars. You got the Trey Young, you got your Jaws, you got like these guards and they're the focal points of the team. What's the true expectation? 1 ring, 2 rings, or just good season teams?
I mean, like, well, it's they're I wouldn't say they're superstars, but they're definitely
They're stars. They're up
they're
and coming
stars.
stars.
Yeah, they're up and coming stars. So it's like we still they're not even in their prime yet, but like the expectation is to win as many rings as possible. You don't even know They didn't even know how many rings they was gonna win with Bron. You feel me? We think Bron should have more rings than what he got right now, but he doesn't. So it's like the rings. It's it's hard to win that league. So that's gonna come. But when you expectations around the guards is just hopefully they give you what you draft them for and they excel and do better. Like with Trey, like you can win a championship with Trey Young, but you got to put the right pieces
As
around
the
him. I
best
think just
player? As the best
yeah,
player? That's like a
yeah.
big statement. That feel real big to hear.
You gotta
Because
have the
if
pieces.
you gotta have the pieces though, but he could definitely be your number one option. Because Trey, his best ability is to score. Like he can play make really, really good. I'm not saying, but he can really score. Like that man can really shoot the ball. Like that's why they call him a baby Curry.
Mm.
Because he can really shoot the ball. So it's like him being your number one option, you could definitely win a championship with him.
Because let's say if Paul George was on the Hawks, that team can low key win a championship.
That's a
Yes.
that's a that's a
Yes.
really good team. That's a really good team.
Yes.
That team win a
Yes.
championship. Low key, that team could win a championship.
Yes.
Paul
And
George is like
with
the best
DeJounte or no
go-to guy.
DeJounte?
What you gonna say,
No,
right?
just they still can win a championship
Oh,
with
with
no
just Trey and
Javante.
PG? With Jane,
PG,
yeah, they could
East
still, yeah,
in the
yeah,
East
they can win a championship. They can win a championship.
yeah.
in the
They
East.
got a
I
shot.
don't
They
know.
got a shot. They
Getting
Yeah,
definitely got
past
a shot.
Philly, getting past Philly.
yeah,
I mean,
because they got the
yeah.
bigs that can handle that. They got the bigs,
Hmm.
and you ain't stopping Joel, but they can handle him. Clint Capella can handle him. I mean, he gonna get beat, but you still got John
Who gonna
Collins and
stop
Clint.
PG?
On the
Yeah,
Sixers,
Paul George.
nobody stopping him. They don't got
Yeah,
Ain't
nobody that
nobody
can
nobody
gonna
stop him,
stop
stopping.
PG.
and they
And
don't
then
got
who gonna,
nobody that can.
They gonna
Then,
throw Thibault at him.
well, KG gonna mess him up.
and then who gonna stop Trey?
Nobody, because they don't got
Nobody
nobody.
stopping Trey. Never.
They don't got nobody. So they
I,
could win
I
a
think
championship if they had Paul George.
I think with that they hope that James Harden would like usually what they try to use offense to cancel each other out. That's usually be the ideal plan. Like we could cancel it out. Like if Trey go off, hopefully somebody else, maybe James Harden or Maxey can match the points or we get a big game from Tobias. They usually try to cancel it out, cancel each other out. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah,
No.
what was you saying about Bradley Beal earlier?
Oh, okay. So my comments were pretty much about how like, just looking at the way Kemba Walker progressed, it kind of looked like it looks like he has health issues going on. Like the scans for his knee keep coming back clean, but he can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the court. And you think about how Charlotte had a chance to offer him the max deal, and he wanted it. He was going to sign, but they let him walk, and it was really a good deal. And when you look at how Bradley Beal took the money and the Wizards offered it for him, it's like, is this the same situation where you're like, man, like it was a good deal at the time, and looking back, it's something that's really gonna end up hurting their franchise. Like now they still paying such and such all this money, and they it's
Wait,
just
whose
killing them.
franchise is hurt? The Hornets?
Um, the
The
Wizards,
Wizards.
franchise could the Wizards franchise be hurt? And because what Bradley Beal would be like, what, 34, 35 when his contract's up,
So
36?
you saying just like that whole John Wall contract situation, like how they
Yeah,
tried
like
to outlook him?
because the
But yeah,
Charlotte pretty much avoided. They dodged the bullet. Like no one saw Kimba fall. Kimba fell off as soon as he got to the Celtics. Like if they would have paid
mm,
him, they would have been stuck with that money. There's no way they got
hmm
the same roster they got if they paid Kimba.
I don't think Bradley Beal's overpaid. I think he's worth exactly what he got because Bradley Beal is one of the best scorers in the league, G. And then they team, like, it's not only way it really hurts their franchise if they don't fix that team. They need to trade some of them pieces that they got and try to build something about Bradley Beal, G. Because if I was him, I wouldn't stay. But he's definitely worth that money, though. It's only gonna hurt him if they don't build nothing around him.
Well, the Kemba Walker, I think they didn't pay him because of his injuries, and he's small. He's only 6 foot. He plays no defense, and he's 6 foot. So I think and then it's like, is Kemba Walker really, can the Hornets haven't won a championship? Never. And they only went to the playoffs with Kemba Walker twice. And they haven't won nothing. And they probably look like, okay, is Kemba Walker, is he worth a max contract, and can he lead us to the championship? Michael Jordan said, no, he's not worth it. He's not worth it. He gets injured and he's too small. So we'll just trade him to the Celtics and they'll figure it out. And now we look back, Kemba Walker has not been healthy when he was on the Celtics. He wasn't healthy on the Knicks. Got benched because he doesn't play no defense whatsoever. They thought he was going to be not the missing piece, but just another player that can score to go with Evan Fournier, Julius, and RJ. Turns out it didn't work because he can't play no defense. Now with Bradley Beal definitely deserves that contract. He's one of the top shooting guards in the league, one of the best scorers in the game, and he just got the max contract at the right time. He was never gonna leave. He was never gonna leave that. He doesn't want to go to another team. I follow him on Instagram, follow his wife on Instagram. They they are like a family oriented they're family oriented, so they want to keep their family in say one spot. And him moving across, that's just not him probably. It's just not him. But like Charles said, if they don't add another piece, like I'm gonna always use Paul George as an example because he's just the best example. If they add a Paul George to that team could low-key probably go to the second round. And then add some more pieces to it. Could they go to the finals? Maybe. I don't know. But they would be competitive. I'll say that. I'll put them in competitive.
Where are they finding a Paul George caliber player? Like, who's a Paul George caliber player that they can try to get from somewhere?
Not a lot. I mean, the
Mm,
only player else would probably say like a Chris Middleton or something like that.
yeah,
Victor
You add
Oladipo? Maybe
Chris
they.
Middleton. No,
nah.
I don't believe in Victor Oladipo anymore. But I maybe a Chris Middleton, Paul George, because basically it's just Bradley Beal, Kuzma, and we just gotta see what Porzingis is. If Porzingis stay healthy, they could potentially fight for a play-in. If he stays healthy, they could potentially fight because that's especially what Kuzma did last year. He had a breakout year because I remember I was like, he gonna be decent. He gonna be decent on there because he don't got LeBron. Because he even said it. He basically said it was hard being the third best player on the team. It was hard because all them years when AD went there, he was playing real good when he was the second best player. He was the first best player when he first got into the league on that young Lakers team, and then he was second best player LeBron. That's why they kept Kuzma over Ingram because they said he fit better with Bron, and he was the best player basically that whole year because Bradley Beal was missed the whole year basically. So he was the best player the whole year, and we saw what he did. You had him on your fantasy team, and you saw he was playing good for you.
Yeah.
So,
Honestly, he turned into a double double. Like he was
yep,
getting
he was a
10,
double
12.
double
He was getting more
machine.
rebounds than John Collins. That was ridiculous.
So, so they could be competitive because they got Bradley Beal. Now they need to address that point guard situation. That point guard situation ain't it. That ain't it.
Rule Neto. They have Rule Neto as point
They
right
don't
now
have
still,
him.
right?
They don't have him. They don't have
Who
him.
they have?
DeLon Wright and Monte Morris. No cap, those two is not it. They're not it.
Yeah, that's not gonna
They're
cut
not it. They're not it. That's not it. But everything else they're good on. They're set on. Because they're probably gonna put Porzingis at the 5. So he's probably
They
gonna
still
play
got
center. No, they still got
They
Daniel
still got
Gafford.
Gafford. Yep,
they got
they
Yeah,
still
forgot.
got
Daniel
They
Gafford.
got
Gafford,
Gafford.
Thomas
So basically
Bryant. They're
probably they got
hoping Rue
DeLon Wright and Monte.
Hachimura
So it's gonna be
No,
between them
Thomas
two.
Bryant. Thomas Bryant with
He
the
on the
Lakers.
Lakers. He on the Lakers.
on the Lakers.
So they
Okay,
got
okay.
so you got DeLon, Monte, whoever, Bradley Beal, Kuzma, Porzingis, Gafford. That's not a bad starting 5. On paper, it's not bad at all. It's really not that bad. But Bradley Beal just got the max contract at the right time. And they paid him all that money because he's loyal. He's loyal. He always said he wanted to. He was like, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to team over nobody. So they gave him all that money. And he got no trade clause, so they can't even trade him. So
Mm, yeah. I don't know.
interesting.
Yeah, I think it really is. Honestly, I want to see what they actually do because I just think the Wizards. I don't think they truly want to be a team that's going to win. I don't think they really want to pay the price to winning. Like you see Golden State, they go way over the luxury tax. I don't think they want to do that. I think they just want to be a good team. They have a great market in DC. I think they just want to sell tickets. I think they just want to be a team that's good for the season and make a little bit of money. Sometimes we make the playoffs, sometimes we do and we don't. I think that's what they're gunning for. I don't think they truly want to be real winners. And I think if you still got a Bradley Beal there, you're gonna get some good national TV games. You're gonna get an All-Star selection. Cool's gonna get looked at. But you know that team is not built for winning. Not in the East. The East is not what people thought it was. Like maybe like 7, 8 years ago. But the East is not
Yeah,
a cakewalk anymore. It's
the
not.
whole NBA ain't a cakewalk no more.
No,
It's
it's
pretty
not.
But you
much
gotta
balanced
think
out
about
now.
it though. Washington DC, yeah, it's a big market, but what really good player has gone there? I'm not counting Michael Jordan. He was way out of his prime. So what good player went there that wasn't drafted? That
Nothing.
willingly went there?
The only person I
Nothing.
can think of for real is Gilbert Arenas.
Iguodala. Gilbert Arenas. He was drafted there, wasn't
He was drafted there.
Nah, nah, he was drafted to Golden State. He was on Golden State first, and
Did
then
they
he
trade him?
yeah,
But I even DC is a really. If you ever been over there, that is like that's the capital. That's the capital of America. That's a different type of money over there. Like just look courtside with that sitting in. But it's like I don't know. You could look at the Cavs. The Cavs got a better chance of going deeper in the playoffs than the Wizards. They do. They
Cavs
do.
got a
They got
way better team than the Wizards. They got better players.
hmm
yeah, they
They got
do.
better.
But
They got better players.
the Wizards have had more than enough time and more than enough players around to try to get people to go there. Like they had Kuz, they had KCP, they had Beal. Trading for Porzingis, I don't really know. I don't really see it. I
Depends if
don't
he
really see
stays
it.
healthy.
Yeah, because
If he
they
stays
didn't have the
healthy.
two young bigs. They didn't have the two young bigs that they were trying to build up and get ready. Then you go up to Porzingis. I don't know. I just don't see it. I got more trust in the Cavs, honestly. Like they chunked it around immediately. Well, not immediately.
Well, and the Cavs did make them. The Cavs made some good trades though. They basically
hmm
traded for Jared Allen, top 10 center in the league. Karis LeVert, young
What
guard
a
in the
steal!
league,
What a steal!
top
That
10.
man.
Then you get Evan Mobley. Nobody thought he was gonna be like really good his rookie year. You
Yeah.
potentially could still got Colin Sexton. Then you're gonna get Ricky Rubio back, who played really good last year.
hmm They
So
I
stacked.
thought
Cavs,
Rubio was traded actually.
No,
he signed back. He signed. He was traded,
Oh, he
but they
signed
signed him
back.
back. They
Okay,
signed
yeah,
him back
that's up.
to be the backup point guard. The Cavs and they got the rookie Abaji. I think he gonna be okay. I don't think he. I think
yeah,
he gonna
I
get some
think
shit too.
yeah. To be honest, I'll start him over Okoro because that man Okoro he
Yeah,
play
Coro,
defense,
he
but
man,
he can't shoot for nothing. He can't score. I think he only
Coro.
his career average is like 6 points. Shane.
And you still got Kevin Love, who had a Man, that man
Hmm.
was playing really
He
good
fit.
last year.
They set.
He fit.
Only way they
He
can make
fit.
a, only way they can make a deep run. Garland got to step up. He got to take the next step, and you got to get something out of him and Karis LeVert and Colin Sexton got to lead that charge. Evan Mobley got to take the next step too, though. But it's off on Darius Garland because he showed he could be the lead guard.
His scoring, Evan Mobley's scoring got to get way more consistent. It's
Hmm.
getting way more consistent. I had a few FanDuel parlays where it was just like I didn't trust him to get some. It was at times I didn't trust him to get the
He's
rebound.
just one of them bigs that just don't rebound for some reason. One of them.
Yeah,
He's just one of them. You
it'd be
tall,
like
you
Jaren
big,
Jackson.
you
Jaren
7 foot,
Jackson.
but can't give me 9 rebounds. You can only give me 6. I'll be like,
I mean, it's right now. It's
right
right there,
there.
right? The
Yeah.
parlay, he just threw it away. Yeah,
But
I
the
don't know.
Cavs can make the playoffs. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. Because what did I have them going back to my notes? I had the Cavs at 7. I had Cleveland at 7. So they're gonna make the play in. They
Yeah, I
would have
mean they
won
got.
last year if Jared Allen was healthy. They would have beaten the Hawks
Yeah,
in the
Hmm.
play.
if
They would
they
have beaten
had
them if
Jared
he was
Allen,
healthy. They played, but he wasn't healthy.
that would
The
have been
man
a
only had
really
like
good first
10
round.
points
That Heat
because
and Cavs.
it would have been better than what we saw with Atlanta. I think they would have got 2 games out of the Heat. So they would have got 2 games.
Hmm.
He still would have won though, but I think they would have got 2 games.
That would have been good. We would really had this. We would have seen some firepower. I don't know because they probably were ready. If they were ready for Trey, they were probably gonna be ready for Darius Garland.
I mean, yeah, but you still got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen and Lloyd Markin. That's a 3-7 for the lineup. And Bam only six
Not
nine.
they had him.
Not a
Forgot they
true
had him.
big. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like they would have
He
killed
just
them on the
plays center.
rebound. Yeah, they would
he
have
don't
killed
get
them
to
on the
rebound
Bro,
rebound.
either.
I don't know how the Heat be getting these first seeds, honestly, and they haven't even done nothing this offseason. They haven't done absolutely nothing.
They got a buy-in team. Their whole
Yeah, they
team is
play
just a
hard.
bunch of people that just buy in, man. That's it.
Hmm.
They all feel like none of them was supposed to be as good as they were, and they all just buy into the culture. And like, look at it,
Hmm.
like Jimmy Round, second round, first pick, franchise player. Like they just buy into that. Like that's that thing. If you could make
If
it to the
Jimmy Butler
NBA,
really be y'all best player, can he be y'all best player to win?
Yeah, he took them to the finals.
he took them to the finals.
He
So
took them to
so
the finals. So
and they had
I ain't
and it
gonna
was
cap. They was
and
not better than
he
Boston that year in the bubble. They was not better
but
than them.
he backed it up.
They
He backed it
wasn't.
up in the
But
playoffs
let's
this
see.
year. He backed it
swept the
up in the
Bucks in
playoffs
the
this year.
finals too.
He backed up this year in the playoffs too. He was going crazy in the playoffs because he turned into a semi Jesus Jimmy again. So
Now
He was averaging like 40 in the
y'all
playoffs
know
too.
if Joel Embiid would have played in the first 2 games, I don't think the Heat was beating the Sixers. And if James Harden does anything, if he does anything, they was not beating them.
You know what's crazy? It's like getting around that time where the start of the season happened, and it's like I forget about what happened. But
I
James
don't. I be
Harden had
remembering
the worst.
everything.
He had the worst play. I don't know what he did in the playoffs. He took one shot at halftime.
I
that
don't know how
hammy,
you do that.
G. That hammy. Like you can't.
I feel like two things. He just wasn't locked in and he was hurt. I feel like he was hurt. I do feel like he
Yeah,
was hurt to an extent.
trying to play
But
because
one
the
shot
way.
though, I can't defend that, bro. I can't defend you just taking one shot. You basically shot 1 3 and then you basically said, I'm
Yeah.
good. And
I
if
mean,
he
have you
does
ever?
anything, they beat the Heat. Because we saw in the conference finals, the Heat offense, it was just Jimmy or bust. If Jimmy don't play good, they're losing. Because
I
Kyle
mean,
Lowry, what did Kyle Lowry do? Nothing.
nothing, nothing.
Nothing. Tyler Hero, he was hurt. He was basically hurt, so didn't do nothing. Bam had one great game, ain't done nothing ever. He didn't do nothing the rest.
I mean, G, have you ever
So
played on the hurt hamstring though, G? Like it's hard to do all the stuff
I,
James Harden do, G. So
especially
it's
you
like that.
moving,
So like that one shot, like I mean, yeah, you right. You gotta take more than one shot, but it's like if his hamstring was hurting that bad, that's probably the only shot he can really get up for real, for real. Because that
Yeah,
NBA three is long. That ain't
yeah,
no high school
yeah.
three.
Look, I
if
never, I
Joel
never, I
Embiid
never
plays
pulled
one of
my
those games, I
hamstring,
think
so
they
I
win.
can't relate. I don't know. I know you get like a lot of your power from that. I've never had like a leg injury, maybe a foot or ankle, but like not the hamstring. You get your speed from that too. So, and that's
Hmm.
his thing, that dribble, boom, burst back or step back. Like, so
Yep.
he lost a lot. I think you called it though, Sheldon. But that's like what somebody else was saying though on the internet about how like, he finally ended the season without having to worry about a hamstring injury, playing too many minutes. And that's why it looked like he was able to run this off season. And you see the pounds
Hmm.
come off. So
Yep.
I don't
He gonna
know.
come back good.
We might see a James Harden. Like he was still averaging like what, 20 some points this season, wasn't he?
Yeah,
We
he
might
was
see him
averaging
Yeah.
what 25 and
23.
10
Before he got hurt on
and
the
like
net
7
set.
rebounds or like 6, 7 rebounds.
We got a chance. We do got a chance. And he ain't got a heavy load either. Like Doc is not gonna let him
But
play
it's
that
all
ISO.
about the playoffs though, man. He always struggles in
Hmm.
the playoffs. He always struggles because
Shit
that
tough.
Rockets team, they was gonna beat the Warriors. That was
Chris
the
Paul
only team. That was the
once
only team that was close enough to beat the Warriors. That's the
yeah.
only team ever
Once
in the
Chris
KD
Paul got
era.
hurt though, it was a wrap. He needed Chris
Yeah,
Paul.
but
Once
then they missed like they missed a whole bunch of threes though in Game 7. If they hit any of those threes, half the threes, they beat the
but
Warriors though. They still
you
beat
gotta
them
think
though.
about it too. Chris Paul wasn't playing. Chris Paul was their point guard. He was setting up that whole team, so it would have freed up James Harden. But he couldn't hit 1 3 though. That was ridiculous, Jay. Like I feel like
Is
once
that
Chris Paul went down and got hurt, his whole demeanor just changed. He was like,
like
"Damn, I don't think I can win the chip now." Chris Paul gone, like, and he just got in his own head.
Cause
Ain't
if
no
we
way
go
you
back
gonna.
and look, all them KD, them 2 years with KD, that was the only team that was close enough to beat them. Everybody else, it was either 4-0 or 4-1. It was 4-0
Hmm.
4-1. Nobody was close enough but that Rockets team. But even when I remember it was that year with like Dwight Howard or something, he had 12 turnovers in one of those closeout games. He always struggles in the playoffs. So it really like regular season doesn't matter. For him at least, it doesn't matter. He's gonna drop 20 some 10 and 7, 6, whatever. But in the playoffs, is he gonna show up? He didn't show up last year. If he does anything in game 6, I think they take it back to game 7. I think take it to game 7 to South Beach. Now, do they win? I think they would because I think Joel B would have came with fire and he would have dominated. He would have dominated. But with
I
James
think
Harden
so.
gonna do
Like
something though.
when you say like the comments about how like he just wasn't that good in the playoffs. Yeah, he's good during the season, but it's like, isn't it really because like the teams are more dialed in? Like they're gonna let you get away with some things during the season. They're not gonna show that hand or how they're gonna stop you during the season. So it's like, weren't they just more dialed in and more focused trying to stop James Harden? Or because he's just so good, he was just supposed to overcome it.
I think it's a
James,
combination of both.
I mean, I don't think no defense can really stop James Harden, G. Because remember, they were trying to figure him out for years. They was having players guard. They put their hands behind their back trying to guard him and all types of stuff. I
He
mean,
was
because
tricking
James
the
Harden,
ref
he's
though. He
great at,
was tricking the ref.
but he's still great at drawing fouls, even with the rule change. So it's like
Because
you can't.
y'all don't see how he draws the fouls though? Y'all don't be seeing what he
Yeah,
be doing? He extends his
yeah,
arms out. So
yeah.
you got no choice
I
but to hit
mean,
him.
that's a foul. So it's like he's great at
It's a
drawing
foul. You
fouls.
got no choice.
So it's like I don't really think no defense can stop James Harden, no matter if they dialed in or not. I think it literally solely depends on James Harden. Like if he in his head or is he hurt or whatever's going on with him.
Combination
His
of both
favorite.
because in the playoffs, they're gonna. It's not like in the regular season. Okay, we're gonna face Boston tonight. We gotta prep for them. Then say next day or a day to every other day. Oh, now we gotta focus our attention on Sacramento. Nope. In the playoffs, game 1. No, they go back and look at the film from the regular season. They go back and look at what they did against other teams. Okay. Then they go to game 1. They play whatever. Then they literally go back and look at that film. And they're like, okay, we gotta do this, and this. And they just focus on him. I think it's a combination of both. I think he wasn't there mentally sometimes, and they did stagger probably the defense on him to the extent.
Yeah.
That's just what I think. But like I'm gonna say, if James Harden does anything, they take it back to Game 7 at least. Now, do they win? I think they win. I think they win. I think they beat the Heat because Bro, yeah, the Heat play hard, but
Ain't no answer for Joel
they
and James. And then if you
they
put Jimmy on James, they still got Tobias to go crazy. Okay, you put PJ Tucker on him. Who gonna guard Maxey? That mean you leaving people
nobody.
like Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero on Maxey? Come
Bro, they
on
didn't even
now.
play him. They say you play no defense, so you can't even play for me. I don't care if you is
What?
one of the best shooters in the league. If you can't play defense, you're useless to me.
So it gave Vincent or Max Strauss guarding Tyrese
They're not
Maxey?
it.
No,
They're not
that's
it,
not
bro.
gonna work either.
Max Strupes ain't bad though. He ain't bad. He a decent shooter. He play a little bit of defense, but he ain't bad. But he can't
He
guard
ain't
like
guarding
Max Strupes.
Maxey. No, he ain't guarding Maxey.
But I just don't think the Heat are like, I don't know. They make it. They always get top seed somehow, but I never trust it. I never trust them. I just don't. That's just me. I never trust them. Because if they would have man, I ain't gonna cap. If they would have went to the finals, I think it would have been 4-1. I think it would have been 4-1. Because if it's Jimmy or Buzz, what else you gonna do?
I don't know. I think they probably Andrew Wiggins probably wouldn't have played as good as he did against the Heat.
Yeah, because
No,
he don't really gotta try to lock down nobody. The only person he would have guarded is Jimmy. That's
Jimmy.
it. He would have guarded
But
Jimmy. Andrew Wiggins ain't gonna
Jimmy
guard Jimmy.
Jimmy would have ate on Andrew Wiggins though. He would have ate.
I think Steph would have had a hard time on them. I think Steph
They
would have had
probably
a
would
hard
have
time.
put Jimmy on probably Steph. Some majority of the
Nah,
game.
you
Majority
can't.
of
Nah, you can't
I
do that. 'Cause if you do that, Steph run around the whole game. Jimmy gonna be tired, and you need Jimmy to bring you home. So it's like if anything, he would have guarded Jimmy or Jimmy would have guarded him like in the fourth quarter, probably like the last 5 minutes or something. But
so
the whole
who
game,
guarding Steph?
nah.
Who guarding Steph? Kyle Lowry, he
You got
can't
to
do nothing. He
yeah.
fat. Kyle
You
Lowry
got to
fat.
put him on. Plus,
He
you
fat. He
got to
can't
put him
handle it.
on
He can't
Gabe
handle it.
Vincent or one of them other guards that they got. You
Would have
got
been
to. You can't
terrible.
put Jimmy. You can't put Jimmy on Steph all game, bro.
Would have been terrible.
That's not gonna work.
That's why
I
nobody
mean,
wanted to see the Heat in the finals. Nobody wanted to see them. No offense to them, but nobody wanted to see them.
they ain't got enough
Probably a
offense.
lot of
They need
people
to get
wanted to see the Bucks in the
some
finals
help.
again.
the who?
Probably a lot of people wanted to see the Bucks again in the finals.
Yeah, they probably would have won. Bucks would have put them boys out if they had
I
Yeah,
Middleton.
don't
It
because
would have been nice.
I don't know because Chris Middleton was hurt.
he would have came
If he
So
back.
would have,
I think he would have came back.
if he came back from that MCL sprain,
Wait,
I
you talking
think
about in the finals or against in
finals,
the conference finals? Oh, he would have came
finals.
back. He would have came back. I think he would have came back.
I don't think he would
That
have
would have
did
been
nothing.
if he on that court, maybe he putting up 12 points.
So he would have been like Draymond, nothing, just running around doing nothing.
Yeah, cause he still hurt. Like yeah, he came back, but he still hurt. And then they probably would have put Andrew Wiggins on him, honestly, and then left Draymond on Giannis.
If
Oh, yeah,
you
I don't
a
know.
hurt Chris Middleton with Andrew Wiggins on you, that's tough because Wiggins like
Yeah,
he got a what is wingspan like 6 feet.
nah, that shit like 7 foot.
What, seven
Yeah,
something?
Yeah, it's like 7 foot something.
his arms ridiculously long, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, everybody knew like Giannis is probably the kryptonite for the Warriors outside of LeBron. Like honestly, bigs are the kryptonite against the Warriors. If you just
Mm-hmm.
honestly,
You gotta have
maybe
bigs and you gotta have good wing defenders.
yeah,
So I got a question. If JaVale McGee was on the Mavericks because they signed him this offseason, would they have beaten the Warriors?
no,
With JaVale McGee and Christian Woods, would they have still
no.
beaten the Warriors? If we
What
taking
was
Jalen Brown
what was the series? It was what
4-1,
4-1.
yeah, would they
Mm,
have beaten the Warriors? Because
nah, they
I gonna
still would
lie,
have beaten them.
I don't think they would have won, but I don't think Kevon
Nah,
Looney was gonna be out there looking like Shaq.
it probably would have been like 4-2. They wouldn't have gone 7. It probably would have been like 4-2.
Whatever defensive rebounds like JaVale would have made, it wouldn't have been enough. The Mavs don't have firepower. They only have
Mm-hmm.
Luca as their firepower.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was Jalen Brunson and Spencer. Like now is Luca. Now is
Hopefully
Spencer.
Spencer
It's
They're
and
like
gonna have
Christian
to
they
rely
Wood.
don't
on
have
Spencer to probably be
firepower.
their second best player, and
Yeah.
I don't want him to be my second best player. No cap.
He should be like the third option, more like setting you up point guard. And he's not even going
That's
to be
why
point guard.
I have the Mavericks at 9 because what did they do? What did they do this offseason? What did they do? Nothing. They didn't haven't done
Nothing.
anything. But the only bro, I probably would have put them 10. But the only reason I got them at 9 is because Luka's just so great. He's gonna probably will them to the play.
They're gonna have to
He's
do.
gonna
They're gonna have to do
now if they
something.
would
The
have now
best.
say if they would have kept Jalen Brunson, I probably would have put the Mavs at probably like 7.
Yeah, I was gonna say they still 8 or 7. They in that
I
7 or
probably would
9
have put them
range.
at 7. I probably would have put them at 7 if they had kept Jalen Brunson, but they didn't want to pay that man. They didn't want to give him all that money. So
Yeah. Well, I like this. I like this. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. We're gonna try to keep this pushing. More content coming out soon for you guys. Every week, new topic. Always the same thing. Us chit chatting and sharing it with you guys. Peace out, y'all.